Hello. My name is Albert Wesker. How did you find me down here in this laboratory? Yes. Oh. So, you found the fountain. Well, you can thank George Trevor for that design. Yes, brilliant architect. Built the entire mansion. He designed it more intricate than anything he's ever designed before, the likes of which no one have ever seen. But unfortunately for him, only he and Oswald E. Spencer knew the truth. So, what did Spencer do? Well, yeah. He had him killed. And you know what? The same thing's probably gonna happen to you. No. Unfortunately, now that you've found your way down here, you know too much. So, you're gonna have to go. I think we should enroll you in our Tyrant program. What's that? Well, before I tell you what we're gonna do to you, let me give you a little backstory with the Umbrella Corporation, okay? Now, you see this vial right here? This is the T-Virus. This made everything you just encountered on the way down here possible. Endless potential. It started in West Africa. Years ago, probably the early 60s, I'd say, Spencer and his team went to Africa in search of some sort of flower called the Stairway to Heaven. And they found it deep underground, growing in a cavern. This flower, it had special properties. It produced a certain virus called the progenitor virus. And when used properly, it could give the host superhuman abilities. There were endless applications, at least on paper. Spencer and his team took the flowers back to the Spencer Mansion, which sits above us now. And they spent years and years trying to get the right formula for the virus. What resulted was the Epsilon strain. Now, unfortunately, as you can tell, that didn't end very well. One day, down here, the Epsilon got out, infected everyone. A lot of the test animals were the first to go. The dogs, the snakes. There's a shark, Neptune. It was a real bloodbath. Scientists and all kind of groundskeepers just went missing and then suddenly popped back up, undead. Yes, that's what I said. The Epsilon strain, when absorbed into the bloodstream, starts to decay the host from within, almost like zombies. Now, these weren't the only things affected. Yes, over the course of time, all the people living within the mansion had their minds starting to decay. They couldn't even read or write. If you go around to the upper levels of the mansion, throughout the rooms you can find various journal entries written by these scientists that digress over time. It starts off with very intelligible conversation, then gibberish. However, this was an accident. It never meant to happen. Now let me get on to some of the experiments. As I stated, Neptune, a great white shark, was housed down in the Aqua Ring, not too far from where we are now. Then there were the Chimera, monkey hybrids, ugly little thing that missing a lot of skin and flesh. The Hunters. That was a miracle. The Hunters were developed by grafting reptilian DNA onto a human egg, with the T-virus as a bonding agent. Yes, brilliant. However, it didn't go as we thought it would. They became violent, like to decapitate everything they came across. Yes, there's still a few of them lurking up there. Plant 42, a giant plant housed in the God House. Well, it was until it grew through the basement, and now it inhabits the entire building. Which brings me to the Tyrant. You see, the original purpose of the T-virus was military application, making super soldiers. I am the result of what it was supposed to be. But however, there are the failures. The Tyrant was supposed to be the pinnacle of our work. We even grafted on an animal heart to increase the blood flow. One arm had razor-sharp claws. But he wasn't very fast. Now at first, the Tyrant seemed like it was going to be intelligent and obedient. However, he grew to be very disobedient, unable to follow orders. So we put him in a tube. He started off as this intruder that showed up at the mansion one day. Slick Johnson, I believe his name was. And, well, nobody goes snooping around the mansion without consequence. He now resides in a few rooms down to our left here, in a stasis tube, and that's where he will remain. Now, shortly, I have to resume my other role. You see, I can tell you this because you won't be around much longer. Just like that, George Trevor or Slick Johnson. I'm playing a double agent role for the Raccoon City Police Department. Yes. Well, I'll tell you. Hold on. We have a special unit over there called STARS, a SWAT team of sorts. And just in a few hours, now that an outbreak has occurred here, I will lure the team here to get tested against all of the BOWs, the bioorganic weapons, as we call our creatures here. Yes, and their chance of survival is very slim, especially against the Tyrant. So, as far as you're concerned, Dr. Birkin is working on a new virus called G. It's supposed to be far superior to the T virus. He hasn't completed his work yet, but you might be the first candidate to test it out on. I'll give him a call and let him know we have a test subject. Willing? No, but nonetheless, you'll enjoy yourself. You won't? Don't worry. I'll enjoy it for you.